winning streak comes to an end. Me and Steve, we're going to break it down. This was a frustrating game. We're going to break it down why we were frustrated, why we think the Chicago Sky left something on the table here. We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, Sky fans. The Chicago Sky go down to the Minnesota Lynx, 88-79 at home. Keep in mind, this is their last home game. I think for the next 3 games, they're on the road. But this is a game where the offense just did not have it. I talked about it in the pre-recorded video today, how important it was for the Chicago Sky to come into this game and execute well on the offensive side of the ball. We did not get that very much at all tonight. Stevo, when you look at this game overall, we'll get into specific players, things like that. But what's your feelings on this game overall?
They made me out to be a fucking liar. That's what they did. Because I just came out last game and said, y'all been scoring y'all ass off, being very efficient, smart decision making, smart plays. And y'all came out here today and act like y'all didn't know who the hell y'all was, who was on your team, and forgot like y'all just played the other night. I don't understand why I seen so many uncharacteristic shots attempts tonight that I was like, what happened? Like y'all at home, like what's going on here? Like did the fact that Ruthie gets suspended affected y'all that bad or something? Like what's going on here? Like I mean, don't get me wrong, team struggle from the field, which we did, but it was just how we struggled. It was like, okay, it's a difference between the shot just not falling and we running some good plays. We're actually doing stuff kind of efficiently versus I don't think y'all just played a good game at all. And I think y'all use what y'all good at, which is just some of your defense. But once again, it didn't mean nothing because you turned the ball right over after the fact. And you just couldn't get on a court. You were sitting there trading shots and it was I think one of the most frustrating things with me, you just dealt with a team that goes to the hole a lot and you took forever to go into a zone.
Yeah, and then when they did go into the zone, they had some initial success, but then once the Lynx started figuring out the zone, they took a while to come out of it again, which the combination of those two things, you should have went into the zone sooner, then you should have adjusted once they figured out how to bust that zone open. And this was one of those games where I do feel like I'm not going to blame it completely on coaching because listen, they shot the ball terribly today and there were some good looks out there, but I feel like coaching also was a little bit slow to react. It almost felt like a Billy Donovan
Billy
coach.
Donovan, yes.
Yeah.
It was just times where you one of my things is Billy always takes us out when we half dead. He don't ever takes us out when we first get shot in the arm. Like Billy, we bleeding. All right, it's 8-0. We getting some infections here, and then timeout, bro. It's 24-0. What do you mean? What's going on? Like you let people get up 15 and then you make an adjustment when you should have seen you it's clear that you see it. If I see it from my TV, you should be seeing it head on. So yeah, it was some blame for the coach, but to me, I'm giving most of the blame to the players because just like I said, I just feel like they wasn't playing good basketball today on the offensive side. It was just a lot of rush shots and a lot of characteristic shots. Elena, not to get into personal, but Elena was just not in the right headspace today. It was probably one of her worst games. She was in foul trouble, not in sync. It was just like one of those. I mean, it's the middle of the season, towards the end, so I'm not too upset. But it was just a frustrating game all around, though.
One of the things that the Sky always finds success at, well, when they're successful, they do well, is rebound the ball well, limit turnovers. They got out rebounded by 9 today. Not going to cut it. Now, they did limit the turnovers, 11 turnovers to 16 for the Minnesota Lynx, but it just, that doesn't even, like, Courtney Williams didn't get on the board scoring wise until the third quarter. Marina Mabry shot the ball terribly today, 4 of 13 from the field. Kalia Copper, not much better, 9 of 20 to get 23 points. This was just an inefficient game on both sides of the ball by the Chicago Sky, and they did not have the execution. Now, this was a game, had they won today, they would have gained a half game up on the Lynx for that 7 spot, which means they could avoid playing the Aces in the first round of the playoffs. But I mean, at this point, we just need to focus on getting to the playoffs overall, wherever we fall at. But like, this was just it was one of the more frustrating games of the season because even with how bad they played, they got the lead down to 3 in the third quarter, and they had the momentum. they just did not do enough and execute well enough. They started, like you said, jacking up bad shots early in the shot clock, not going through your offense anymore. One of the things that we know, Elizabeth Williams, Kalia Copper pick and roll is dangerous. Hell, Elizabeth Williams, Courtney Williams pick and
Yes.
roll is dangerous. We didn't go to that nearly enough when we just needed a basket. And those are the type of plays that get you easy points when you just need to put points on the board. And we just didn't go to it enough.
Yeah, it was a time when I kept seeing ISO Dana. I was like, no disrespect to Dana, but I don't want to see you ISO. You're not that type of player. You're just not. And, it was a lot of isolated shots, quick shots that I seen that I was just not liking. Of course, that's one thing I think we can say confidently about Marina Mabry is that when she's off. And
Yeah.
she's pretty much off completely. I will give her credit because usually when she's off, her attitude completely comes out, and she kept it in this game. So credit to her for that. But yeah, it's just like they like towards the end, like when we was down what 5, they was trying to do the Williams to Williams connection. I'm like, why are you doing this now? Like you should have been doing this the whole quarter. You came in, Courtney hit a nice three, her first 3 of the game. You seen the relief on her face. So what do? You come in and then y'all just start jacking. One of the first shots was ISO mid range off a cross from Dana. Then Robin Parks got the ball and immediately shot. I was like, what y'all doing? Wait a minute. What y'all doing? Like what y'all don't not I can't tell you a game where they actually look this bad. Like y'all look like kids out there. Like, oh no, I don't know what to do. Y'all some seasoned players. Y'all look like rookies. Like that's why I think it was so frustrating today. They look like straight rookies today when it came to offense.
Yeah, and I mean, and credit to the Lynx as well. Like the Lynx
Oh, they
hit shots when they needed the momentum shots. They came in there and got them. And
especially their bench.
Nafisa, bro, like Nafisa is a monster, bro. Like she's different, bro. I love the way that she plays. Ban him, even though she didn't play too good. Hitting a key 3-pointer there as well when they needed one with momentum. They got all the momentum shots. Anytime the Lynx got a little bit of momentum going, the Lynx took it, snatched it back, and then went on a little bit of run. Time in, time out. They were just very methodical in how they went about their game. They didn't let it get in their head too much. They did get some crazy fouls at that, but they didn't let it take them out their game. And I wish we could say the same thing about the Sky in this game. We just can't, bro. We just can't.
It was a bad game all around. It just really was bad. Like it ain't too much to say of it. Like if y'all go back and honestly watch this game, y'all won't be shocked about what we said if you didn't watch. It was probably the top 3 worst game I've seen this year. It was just bad. Like I don't like I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Like I just don't like seeing, especially a team full of veterans that have been in playoffs situations, championships, multi-year in the WNBA. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing early shots, especially like I can't pin. I'm really trying to sit here and pinpoint a game where we just rushing. We never rushed. Like sloppy is expected. Rushed was not expected from this team, and I that was the first time I'm like, I don't know if that was just an off night for them or if it was a coaching difference because I feel like it was a slight little coaching difference versus last game because he fed into that pick and roll heavy throughout the last game because they couldn't stop it. I mean, we were shooting at a high clip, which is credit to us, but we still pick and roll to hell, and we wasn't doing that today.
It's a fact. Now we move into get a couple of days off. We play again Friday against the Liberty. They're gonna have to execute a lot better than this if they want a chance against the Liberty. Because if you get to just jack your shot, you're not running your offense, you're not playing solidly on the defensive side and not trying to rebound the ball well. It's going to be a long night for you, or maybe a quick night because the game may be over with before it gets a chance to get started if you don't come in and execute against the New York Liberty. The Sky usually show up against some of the better teams in the WNBA, so hopefully that maintains true against the Liberty. But I tell you what, this team's fighting for the playoff lives, and when you play games like this, it really does affect like the confidence in that. I still feel pretty confident in them finishing. They still have, I think, still a game and a half above the Sparks right now, so they still have the 8 seed pretty nicely locked in. We got a few games left on the season. We got 12 games left on the season, so we got to take care of the games we need to take care of. We got to execute well these last 12 games if we want to play in the postseason.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, Sky, you're not playing the same type of New York Liberty that you used to. They got way better, especially on the defensive end. They're now ranked second in the league when it comes to defense, and it wasn't that. So
Yeah.
now that the offense is completely caught up, now the defense is caught up. It's not going to be an easy game. So you better wake up, eat your Wheaties, and get ready to hoop. Because I'm telling you right now, you come out there jacking, it's gonna be early, and y'all gonna be on the streets of New York real early.
Yeah, I mean, and the Liberty, a team that rebounds the ball well, they get to the free throw line, they hit their free throws at a decent rate. They're shooting 3-pointers like crazy right now. Ionescu's like playing at a she's really her and Saluti have figured out that balance there in that backcourt. The Liberty are such a dangerous team, man, and I just hope it's not a massacre. The Sky need to show up and be formidable in that game.
Man, we might look like how Vegas doing Dallas right now. That's how.
Man, listen, Dallas is in a bad way right now because we whooped up on them, so it is what it is.
Hey, bro, I
Man,
gotta talk about this because I we did not talk. I did not see Ruthie push that girl. I was so confused when she got suspended. I was like, "What she do?" I honestly thought she was the one that grabbed Courtney,
yeah.
but she was literally the first one on the court. Ruthie can't do that.
Listen, Ruthie says she need to get off get off some frustration. She just had a baby. You know how them long nights be.
I
Well, you
swear,
ain't got no
nah.
kids, but
I
them
got
long nights when you
nephews. I trust me. I
okay,
yeah.
yeah, they wake up in the middle of the night. She was ready to throw hands at
She
somebody,
came
bro.
in there and gave her the most. It was straight fingertips and a whole shoulder move. So that shows you that Ruthie got some strength. That mama
Hey,
strength
Ruthie,
creeped in on.
hey, listen, don't mess with mama's strength. So yeah, Ruthie got them hands, man. Uh, but hey, we're gonna have Ruthie back for next game against the Liberty. We're gonna need
Need
all
that.
hands on deck. Um, and listen, they if
Do you-
the way that the Liberty also have been playing physical basketball now too, man, that's crazy.
I was going to ask you, did you think Ruthie was a big contributor why things seemed off? Because she has been playing like 20 minutes a game since she been back.
Oh well, they were ramping her minutes up, but I think Ruthie just provides like she is physical. She gets rebounds. She doesn't score a lot, but I think she does a lot of the garbage work. I don't mean that like
No, the
sexually,
cleanup.
but
She
yeah,
do
she
the
does a
job
lot of
people
that
don't want to do.
stuff for a team that doesn't have it. You know, we're
Hmm.
we're out Isabel Harrison, we're out Beck, and Ruthie comes in and she's the junkyard dog. She
Yeah.
she gets a lot of that dirty
I
work done.
actually wanted the coach to. I've seen the lineup, especially in the last game. I kind of want to see a lineup with Ruthie and Elizabeth on the same. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh man, but we'll see. Hopefully the Sky can turn it around, man. They got 2 games left before we get a little bit of a break in there for the Commissioner's Cup, which is going to be the Liberty and the Aces. I can't wait for it. We may have to do a post game live stream for the
Hey,
Commissioner's
I'm
Cup.
down. I damn near do halftime.
Lit. Yeah. I feel like that's going to be the best game of the season, man. But any last kind of thoughts, man, before we get out of here? I know quicker post game show for us, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm frustrated, bro. I'm
That's
I'm
why
pissed
I was
off.
gonna end it on a happy note or a funny note. Hey, Data Evans, you funny as hell. Did you see what?
Oh,
Yeah, bro. Cause like the thing was, I didn't see Odyssey's post at first. So when she came out, it was like, "We'll come." I was like, I can't stand a player, and I always had respect for Odyssey Sam. She's been through multiple teams, a solid player, but I just cannot stand certain players when they initiate shit and then don't act like they know what they did. Like when you don't matter a piece of people like that, they know what the hell they did. Don't sit there and play stupid like you. Oh, don't come at me like that. Like
stand by it, right? Just stand by what you did.
exactly, like you sat there, muffed the shit out of her, and then you almost Kevin Love pulled her arm out of socket, and then she got in your face, and then you sitting there, and when she had nothing else to say when she said, "Hey, babe," what she said, "Babe, you had fouled out in 9 minutes and had your one stat is a turnover." I said, "Well, damn."
That's funny, man. Oh, before we go, I guess I can't ask you this since we on air. Liz Cambage interview. I talked about it a little bit on the pre-recorded video. How are you feeling about it? We've had reactions now from WNBA
Bro,
players since it's come out. How do you feel about Liz Cambage, Taylor Rook interview, bro?
she's such a a
A
strange.
narcissist.
Yeah, she's such a strange character that it's like she's a one hard person to read because halfway through the first it's like the first half of the interview, I was like, okay, she kind of has some points right there. I could
Mhm.
kind of see where she going. Maybe she do. And then the second half, I was like, okay, you being very vague. Um, you kind of telling on yourself. Cause one of the things she kept on saying is like, I say whatever I want. I mean, like you can do that,
Mhm.
but it's the way you say it. And then we also talk about women. That's a big thing in there. You can't just say something any type of way.
Yeah.
So I can see just like throughout her personality, like she probably got a mouth on her. She probably has a mouth on her, and I'm pretty sure like it's just hard for me to it like you want to believe somebody, but it's just hard when it's like multiple people around the league that has this sour opinion on you. So it's just like eventually it's something about you.
You
You just not the
every
perfect
point,
penny.
yeah, it's something about you. Did
Yeah,
you
because the whole interview she was just like, I'm just a girl that want to hug. I'm
yeah.
like, I yeah, I don't see that.
Did you see they released the footage from the fight that she had with the Nigerian team?
No, I
Hold on,
think
no, don't worry. I'll play it on here. Give me 1 second. Let me share my.
no, because she was so that because
She was
that was what
so
I said. She
adamant
was
that
so confident.
exactly, bro. So adamant that that's not how it went down. But hey, listen. Do you know
So
how it
you
is?
so don't tell me she attacked first.
We're gonna let the tape speak for it.
You just damn. I mean,
She did. She like it was getting chippy, but she
yeah,
clearly elbowed old girl in the
yeah.
face. Yeah, she gave her a hard one. So
So is that her saying she got attacked?
yeah,
That's
that
what
was her saying that she got attacked by the Nigerian team. That's what I mean. Like every time you start feeling a little bit for Liz Cambage, the receipts pull up and you're like, hey, I can't feel sorry for you no more.
cause like cause like what you said, that's 100% how I feel because that's how I felt in the first half of the interview. But she also kind of got to this point where she like, bro, they treat me like goddamn Shaq. Like I understand I'm 6'9", but like goddamn, I'm not Shaq. I'm still a woman. I was like, I kind of feel you on that, but at the same time, I've seen you go up against a grown man and flail their ass. So like I know some like an elbow from your ass probably hurt
Exactly.
from a male perspective. So I already know after she caught about 2 elbows and that's in that whole little whatever that was. So yeah, she kind of earned the little slap on the arm that you got. If that's what you want to call a attack.
You gotta get over it. Like like
Yeah.
that's not an attack, but Liz Cambage, whether right or wrong, she's 6'9", bro. She said 245 pounds.
85
You
pounds.
say you're not Shaq, but for the WNBA,
That's
you're
Shaq.
yeah, like, you're Shaq. Like get over it. It is what it is.
Like for real, like you still got people that's like 5'5" in this league, and they get switched on to you, and they damn near jump on your back. Hey, I would have did the same thing too, especially if I see a big old 6'9" woman swing her up. That's one of the things about her game that made her so dominant. You don't want to catch a bow from her,
At all.
and she got a nasty drop step, and it's nasty for a lot of reasons.
So
So,
it is
hey,
what it is, man. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Why I had you, man. But
tell
go
the whole story, Liz. That's my last take.
ahead.
If
Go
you
ahead. Give
don't
me your
just
thoughts
sit there
on
and do
BT.
that, and I need names, I need dates. She said she got screenshots, and I want to see it.
My thing is like Taylor, and listen, I love Taylor Rooks. Do not get me wrong, but she threw too many
You
lobs
was
to
soft,
Liz Cambage on that one. I've
you
seen
know.
her ask tougher questions to NBA players. Like you got to get, like she literally said she was promised a G wagon, and you just let it go and moved on to the next.
Oh, bro, I said
Like
my thing with that. I was like, okay, you claim you make all this money, go buy a damn G wagon. What you need to promise the G wagon for?
she didn't want to pay her own money for the G wagon. She wanted the Sparks to pay for the G wagon.
If they said that, that is effed up though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like if they had, and I think the most egregious thing that she did say was that they said they was gonna practice in the L.A. Lakers practice facility, and they was in the damn alley. I said, okay, that's not right. That's
Yeah.
not right at all. But yeah,
It is what it is, man. Give me your social, Steve. Let's get up out of here.
Hey, follow me on Stevo Speaks on everything, and follow me over there at the Central Fam. Hey, football season coming up. NBA is always gonna be coming, so y'all tune in over there.
Big facts. You guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. Lastly, leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. We out here.